So we're continuing on with the XR250R street legal build. We're almost done. If you've already watched the video with the tail light / brake light, I was pretty pumped about that. But now it's time to tackle the license plate bracket. Now I could use the tusk bracket, but then I would have to drill through the fender. I don't want to do that. So I went to Lowe's and picked up some of this flat bar 1/8" steel. We're going to cut this down and see if we can make this actually work. I think we can. First thing I'm going to do is get a measurement approximately where I want the plate. I don't want it all the way out at the end, but I think right about, that's too far in. Probably right about there would be good. About 5 inches from my mounting point. So I need to cut 2 pieces about 7 inches long, and we'll show you why here in a minute. Now we're going to mark both pieces at 2 inches. Draw us a straight, get a straight edge. Now we're going to take them to the vise and bend them at that mark. Now we've got them both chucked in the vise here. We're going to try to bend them both at the same time. Probably not the smartest thing I've ever done. Here's a look at our brackets after we bent them. They look pretty good. I've marked some holes for the license plate to go. We're going to drill a small pilot hole into one of them, and then we're going to take them to the drill press. This way, with the small pilot hole, I can transfer this hole to the center of this hole to the other side of the piece of stock. Now we can take them to the drill press and drill them both out. Now we've got it all mocked up. We have our holes drilled and our plate is temporarily installed. These are temporary screws. You can see I actually drilled one in the wrong place. Came over to the bench and realized it. But now I have to take a measurement from here to here and cut a piece of stock for that. So I'm gonna make sure this is all tidied up. And we need 4.5 inches. That's what she said. Now I've cut the 4.5 inch piece. We're gonna go ahead and weld this in. So if you've ever seen my welding, it's not a pretty sight. I'm not gonna show that. So we get this welded up, mock it up on the bike, make sure it fits okay. So a real quick glance at what this is gonna look like, give you an idea. So these are gonna slide in the fender like there. And then the bracket is going to attach underneath the light. So the plate will still be visible. Here's what it looks like after a few coats of paint. Didn't really care how it looked, just to prevent rust. Before we finish this bracket, I've got one screw put in right now, but I want to show you how we actually did this. So if you saw that bracket, we actually have 3 holes. We've got this hole, which we've got a screw in. We've got another hole we drilled, and then we got a center hole. Now the light goes right here, so the light will help hold up the bracket as well. And then we've got another one of these, and we put a nut and a washer on the other side, tighten it down, and then we'll put the light on. Here's a closer look at what's going on under the bike. So these 2 black screws are the outside holes that went through the light mount. This is the actual light itself. So you see we have 3 points of contact there, and if it moves, the whole fender moves. So in order for this to break, I think the rear fender would have to break off. I think it's pretty secure. And here's what it looks like in the end. Not too bad. Now, if I had it to do over again, and I may correct this, I would put a less of a bend in it. All I have to do is take it off, unbend it a little bit. And the reason why is it looks a little funky on the side. I think if it had a little less bend, it would kind of contour with the rear fender a little bit. You know, it's still gonna have to bend down, but maybe 10 degrees less. But overall, in my opinion, looks 100% better than it did with that tusk light on there. I think this is gonna wrap it up for this one. We will probably have one more video. In that video, we'll change the air filter. We've got some new pins for the foot pegs, and we'll go for a test ride. Hopefully the action camera will be here today. I had a couple of GoPros, sold them, and then I had another action camera, and I gave it to a buddy because I didn't think I'd really need it. And now I need another one, so that's how that works. Anyway, if you see any of the tools that I use in the videos that you'd like to purchase for yourself, be sure to check out the links. They're located below the video in the description. And if you have any questions or comments, post those below. As always, thanks for watching.